If I could go back in time and talk to myself when I first started making music, when I first was so excited to build my business as a music producer or as an artist or as a music creator, I tell myself these 7 things. These 7 things would have saved me a ton of time, saved me a ton of headaches, prevented me from quitting music a couple of times. The beginning of my music career would have been a lot smoother, and I guarantee you this will help a lot of you too. It doesn't matter if you're just a beginner or you've been making music for years. All these things are relevant, I promise. The number one thing I would go back and tell myself: find some friends that make music that are trying to accomplish the same goals as you. For the longest time when I first started making music, as a lot of you know, I didn't tell anybody. I was sitting in my basement, sitting in my little shell by myself, trying to learn everything I could by myself and just figuring it out on my own. It takes a long time to do that, man. If you have some friends, maybe you got 1, 2, 3, 4 friends, that's 4 brains, all taking in information, all being able to give you feedback, all being able to grow together, go through the same things. If you're having tough times, odds are they are going through it too. All that stuff is extremely important into helping you grow. The more minds you have working on something, the more you can grow together. Guys, I promise you, that's like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I found some really good friends, and they don't have to be in person. They can be online. Maybe you have like a group chat of like people who also are producers or also are artists, and they just work all the time, and they're always like shooting messages back and forth like, hey, how does this sound? Or what do you guys think about this? What do you think about this post? How is Instagram working for you guys? What do you guys think about posting this on YouTube? All that stuff. Just get some friends that are trying to accomplish the same goals as you, because you know why? A lot of your friends and a lot of your parents that don't make music, right? They have a tough time understanding us, right? We're musicians, right? We're almost kind of weird. Like, they have no idea what is going on with a musician, right? So find people that will understand you and can help you grow, and you can grow with them. I promise you, it will change your life and take the trajectory of your career skyrocket, I promise. Number 2, if I could tell myself anything, I'd say, dude, money is going to come and money is going to compound. What does that mean? If you do something for 2 years straight in the music industry, you might make less than $2,000. I don't know, a very small amount of money. But for the next 6 months after that, you might make $4,000. In the music industry, it is extremely hard to break that seal, right? You have to do something for a very long period of time before you really start to reap the benefits of your work. It's like putting out a song. Your song might, only get a couple thousand streams the first month, but once it gets, 3,000 streams a day for the next couple years, now you're starting to make money consistently. And when you have maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 25 of those songs that are continuing to make you money, now you're making money and it's compounding. And the last thing I tell myself with money, I say this in so many videos, I used to only focus on selling beats, have a lot of revenue streams, sell beats, put out songs, make sample packs, make content, do promotional videos, all that stuff, have a ton of revenue streams. I promise it'll help you make more money. Number 3, I tell myself, dude, nobody cares about your music. Nobody cares until you give them a reason to care. How do you do that? For me, it's been posting content. It's been sharing my story, showing people how I make my music, connecting with my audience, responding to comments, or reaching out to people that I am inspired by, and then maybe finding new people to work with and reach out to their group of people that might like them. That's how you grow, man. That's how you get people interested in your music. A lot of beginner producers think like, oh, just because I'm making music, people should listen now. I've made this song, now it's time for people to listen. That's not how this works. Unfortunately, it's not. There's a lot of steps that go into getting people to care, building a connection with people, being yourself, letting your personality shine, and letting people get attracted to you and your music that way, not just feeling entitled and sending people a link to your song and hoping they listen. Number 4, be careful, and I'm going to be careful about how I say this. Be careful of people that are like over-promising to you, right? They come to you and you're like, hey, we want to do this for you. We want to make you this. We want to do this. We want to get you this amount of streams or this amount of followers. But first, give us a little bit of money. Give us some of this. If somebody is over-promising something, and I mean like really over-promising something, odds are it's too good to be true, right? If they're like, hey, we're going to get you on tour here in the next couple of years, just send us $500 for this quick promo and we'll make it happen. Not happening, dude, right? Be careful who you're sending your money to. I'm not saying never use your money to promote yourself. There's great ways to promote yourself, like actually running ads for your music or things like that. But if somebody is over-promising and saying they can do all this crazy stuff for you, do your research, okay? Odds are it's probably too good to be true. I'll say that one more time. Do your research before you give your money to anybody. And never give your PayPal login code to anybody. That's a big mistake too. The fifth thing I tell myself is you'll very rarely be completely satisfied with the music you're making. I made a song the other day, man, and I was like, yeah, this is okay. But then I showed it to some of my fans and they were like, this is so good. And I'm like, really? Like, I just don't, for whatever reason, man, I am never like, wow, what I'm making is amazing, right? I've been making beats for a long time. I think a lot of my beats sound the same, or like, oh, this isn't that great, you know, like maybe like comparing yourself to like some of the best artists in the world. I'm very rarely completely satisfied, which is okay because I think that keeps me wanting more and wanting to grow and wanting to get better as a producer. But if you think there's just going to be this like utopia in a couple years from now where you're like, I just love everything I make now, I make the best music ever, probably not happening, right? Maybe you are special and you're like, oh my God, I like everything I make, dude. What are you talking about? For me, I don't know. I'm always like, this is okay, but it's really great to somebody else. Just know that it's okay to be hard on yourself. Don't be too hard to yourself to the point where it's like, I don't want to make music anymore. But keep in mind that in your head, you're always going to want more musically. You might never be satisfied, and that's okay. Number 6, there is an immense amount of free information, unlimited information on the internet. A lot of people ask me, dude, how'd you learn music production? Did you go to school for it? Did you study at school? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I went to YouTube University. I literally learned everything I've ever learned about music production on YouTube. Now, this is not me saying never buy a course. There's some great courses. I always look at courses as a form of like, if you want to get a lot of information in one spot and you're paying for that to get all that information in one spot, great. Buy a course. Once again, you're spending your money, do your research, see what people are saying about that course, things like that. But believe me, guys, you can learn so much in so many different ways from so many different people, from just typing something into Google and typing something into YouTube. I know that sounds outrageous, but I promise you, there's a skill to being able to find stuff on YouTube and finding things that you're looking for. I know it can be difficult sometimes. You don't always get the right answer, but there's tons of free information out there. I learned everything on YouTube. You can too. The 7th and final thing I would tell myself, and before you guys sit here and roll your eyes at me, I'm going to say consistency is key. But hold on. There's a couple asterisks next to that consistency part. Don't be consistent at doing something wrong. If you're doing something that isn't getting anywhere and you just do that over and over again, that's actually the definition of insanity, right? So being consistent at doing the wrong thing is insanity. So you want to be consistent, but you want to be consistent while also looking to improve, right? If you want to post 4 songs a month or a song every week, or you want to post on YouTube or on Instagram consistently, okay, that's great. But constantly be evolving your content, constantly be evolving your music. Do research of what people like and what people want. So that way you're not doing the wrong thing consistently, which is only going to bury you deeper and deeper. You want to consistently grow and consistently improve. The second asterisk to being consistent, be consistent at your own pace. Consistency does not mean, oh, I need to wake up and take a cold shower at 4 a.m. in order to be successful. I have to do that every day for the next 17 years. Be consistent at your pace and at the pace that you are ready for, right? If you want to put out 4 songs a month, maybe you start at making 2 songs a month and see how long you can do that for. If you start to try to go like 4 songs a month right off the bat and you've never made a song in your life, you're going to fail. So maybe you have a goal to post on social media. Don't try to post every day right away. I post every single day and it took me years to work up to that point, right? I started at maybe doing like 2 times a week. Okay, I've done that for 2 months. Cool. Let's bring it up to like 3 or 4 times a week. Okay, I'm still doing good. I still feel comfortable. I'm getting used to it. Maybe I'm becoming more efficient at making that content or making these songs. Now let's do it. Now let's go once a week. Now let's go 7 times a week posting content, things like that. So at the end of every one of these kinds of videos, I love to open up the comment section. Drop down advice that you would give your younger self in the comment section so people can read it, maybe take your advice as well. We can kind of interact with each other, comment, and learn some things from each other. Maybe you find some new friends in the comment section. Everybody comment something down below. I love you guys as always. Bye, guys. So that's why there's an asterisk next to it. Asterisk. First asterisk next to it. The second asterisk. Damn, that was a lot of talking.